Ease of being is built in to the experience. Ease of being is built into the perception of experience. If you think about it now, who's trying to perceive? Oh, I'm going to try a bit harder. Oh, I'm going to try a bit harder. No one's trying to perceive. It already is. Even when you sleep, you're perceiving. You're perceiving dreams, number one, and you know it's not related to your physical body. Whose eyes see in a dream, right? And then you have these non-conceptual spaces within a dream where nothing happens. And we think that we've gone unconscious, that there's no awareness there. But as soon as you wake up, you know you've been asleep because you've been aware the whole time. It's just that there's no reference points because it's just deep sleep. So there's no descriptions. It's a descriptionless, what is one description of emptiness. But you immediately know you've been asleep. It's not like you suddenly go, and then you're here. Like you know you've been asleep. So you're always aware. You never not be aware. And you can recognize you don't have to rely on any descriptions for that to be your primary space of being. And this is such a powerful recognition to come to in your life, that you're not dependent on circumstances to be powerful, to be present, to be joyful, to enjoy your life and everything about it. It's built into the descriptions, because where else would it come from? Where else would it come from? It's already there. It's who we are. This easeful being. Holly, you did a share yesterday, had a nice metaphor. She called it this string that links everything. And someone said to me recently, I think it was you actually, that I really like your metaphors. Well, you will also start to recognize your own metaphors. You'll just start to notice, oh, this is like whatever, whatever. The ease of being is already built into every experience. And I spoke about the hang earlier because it evokes it in a nice descriptive way. It lets you know, wow, this is enjoyable. But it's not the description of the experience that's making that. It's almost just like allowing you to just access it, like a little gateway. But it's there every time because every appearance is a gateway. Every single appearance is a gateway to this, because it is this. And it doesn't need to be learnt. So when you hear something like that, I imagine that some of the ideas that come up is, sometimes I recognize that, but what about when it's like this? That's definitely not it. Da 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 da. And all these other things that come up. And they're just descriptions. And when I speak of leaving things as they are, it's that you leave as it is. That proliferation of spontaneous appearances that try to scramble the moment, but they can't scramble the moment because it always is as it is. It's always is as it is. If you take a cloudy sky and a tornado comes through and all the clouds get blown away and then they resume as something else, it is all sky. Nothing is changed. The sky is one of the oldest metaphors, speaking of metaphors, that's been used, and the Tibetans were great at this. They had a thing called sky gazing, which they used as a meditation practice, just lying and watching the sky, which I think is a pretty cool thing to do. But what the instruction was to notice, which is the Western metaphor, which is a bit incorrect. We see it as like sky is the blue part in the background, and we're trying to find that. And the clouds are in the way, and the birds are in the way, and the sun is obscured, and the chemtrails are in the way, or the planes are in the way, and I want to see the blue sky, bloody come on, move, right? But the sky gazing exercise was to notice that the sky begins here, and everything is sky, right? The clouds are sky, the plane is sky, the sun is sky, the rain is sky, the storm is sky. And no matter what you do to sky, even when you see an atom bomb exploded and tested, and it puts a big cloud of smoke in the sky just relaxes as sky. And that's the instruction, is you relax, recognizing awareness as everything. So if it is everything, what is there to do? We don't have to clear the sky. Imagine how difficult it would be if every day you woke up and your number one thing was, I've got to see blue sky. What am I going to do? How am I going to do that? I know, I'll try and move it, or I'll move myself, or I'll change something to try and see blue sky. This is essentially what we do as humans, what we're taught. Find the blue sky, go. And then there's some people you meet who are like, yeah, I'm seeing blue sky all the time. I've got these really cool skills and I'm always seeing blue sky. And then you see that actually it wasn't the case. Or you're the person that's everywhere you go, there's always a cloud above your head. Everyone else is all sunny and you're there with this cloud that never goes anywhere. And it sucks, right? But it's just made of sky. It's just as bright. It's just as illuminated as everything else. The illumination of awareness is everything. Even pitch black is completely illuminated. Otherwise you couldn't know it. So if you are walking around, as I am today, with a cloud on my head, it's just amazing. And it's not, we spoke about this yesterday, this spiritual bypassing, saying that it's crappy or whatever. Because that would be like if I was bleeding and I could do something about it. So I've cut myself and I'm just sitting here going, this is quite graphic actually. Oh, I'm just awareness. It's not just awareness as it is. That would be totally ignoring the fact that I can do something about that. But if I'm caught in a traffic accident and the same thing is happening, then it's awareness. Then you do leave it as it is. And maybe from that space, some powerful solution appears. So that's what we're talking about.